check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
How's it going, guys? Electron Man. Well, like with a little internet magic, just like that. That's all you had to wait for that tube to come in. It only took about a week. Hopefully it's a new tube. It looks like they packed it well anyway. Get out of the box here. See what we got here. Oh yeah. Nice. Did a good job of packing. I have to give it positive feedback on that. Provided the tube is good. Should I test it before I install it? I think I'm just going to install it. And take the seller's word for it. Oh yeah, it looks good. Definitely not degassed. So there's the difference, guys. You can tell I degassed in a good tube. Okay. Pins look straight on it. I can't tell if that's new or not, but no matter about that, as long as it's a good tube, all that matters to me. Go ahead and get her back in here. Nice snug fit. And this has got an interesting little, I've seen it on like mobile amps before, but I haven't really seen it on an AC home amp. But it's got this little plate that goes over the collectors at the top. That's center. And then goes over these guys. Like that. And now I gotta stretch that spring back over. Oh man, it's gonna be that way, huh? It'll be easier to. Oh, come on. Trying to get it faced right to where oh, look at me. Yeah, let's try 3. This is going to be a little bit of a pain in the tail. It's the way it's bent at the end that's making it such a pain. There we go. Yeah, that was fun. As you can see, I got the spring back in there. You know, it looks like that one tube's just slightly shorter than the other one in my OCD. Anyway, it's not going to affect anything on this. I'm going to yes, and I discharged the cats before I got in here. A little lightning struck there if you're not careful. And there you go. We got our tubes back in here. Do we dare plug it in and bring it up on a variac? I already tested everything in here, guys, by the way, and amazingly, everything is within tolerance. I did test the caps and circuits. That kind of has a little bit of effect, but or half circuit, I should say. I disconnected one leg and checked them, but anyway, from what I can tell, we're good. Go ahead and get it plugged in here. Take the variac down here. And let's go ahead and power her on. We got a light. See if we get some glow in the tubes. I'm running about 45 volts right now. Current looks good. Pass-through seems to be fine. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring her up a little bit more on voltage here. To 120. Everything's setting good. Pass-through still good. Reading the instructions on this, you want to take it off standby and put it on X-Mint, and don't keep it for more than about 10 or 15 seconds to get an initial tune on it. It says initial tune should be around here, so we'll start right there. Wow. Check my SWR. SWR is fine. Man, this guy's hot. Just the load. Hey. Hey, audio. Hey, audio. She's working great, guys, right now. I'm keying about 80, but it's kind of getting a little backwards swing. I'm going to play with it a little bit here, and I'll come back online here in a minute, and we'll bring it around the camera, and you can kind of see. I'm just going to play with the tune a little bit, and then we'll come back and look at what we're doing. From what I can tell, this thing's working absolutely perfect. I see... C-vamp works perfect. Amazing. Man, all this thing needed was a tube. What a steal. Such a cool little box. It's not really generating as much heat as I thought it would either. But anyway, let me come back, tune it, and we'll show you the stats on this little thing. Okay, guys, we got her running hot, and I'm really happy with it. Amazing. The only thing it needed was a tube. What a steal. What a good deal. Just tells you this thing's made really good. By the way, I was really interested in, notice over here on the left on the it'd be on the antenna side, it's got this couple caps and these wire coils. That is actually a pass filter, which will make this thing a lot more FSC compliant and probably doesn't splatter. I'll have to get the spectrum analyzer out and see how clean she is, but I have a feeling she's probably pretty clean. Anyway, the tuning on it, just to kind of go through, I followed it per the manual. Basically, the way you want to do this thing is you want to put it in power on and X-Mint, and then you want to take your tune, and when you want your tune to go to the highest setting it would, and basically have your load at neutral, and get your tune in for your resonant frequency, and get it to the highest deal. Obviously, I was watching SWR, it stayed nice and solid, but But you get your tune up to the peak of the meter, and then from there you take and you adjust your load, and that's how you get a. And then you just tune your load for max output, and then you want to back it down, or actually over about 15 degrees to uncouple it. You don't want it backward swinging. And in fact, I had it doing about 150, but I was getting a little backward swing, and so anyway, I just followed their instructions, and it tuned up nicely. Let me go ahead and see if I can set this here. Hopefully you can see that meter there. I'll just balance it there. But oh, by the way, yeah, I know, all these guys in there. I do a lot of shortwave radio repair, CB repair, and a little bit of amp repair. And so my test rig for amps is, I love it. But I got this little Radio Shack handheld, which, by the way, I should have do a little video on that guy. He dead keys 2 and swings about 10, which is amazing for a little, little. But anyway, that's my guy, and it's perfect for these amps because it's like a 2.5 watt. In fact, let me turn this off X-Mint, and you can see there, right at about 3 watts on that meter. That meter's a little more, but yeah, right at 3 watts, and swing close to 10. I mean, so yeah, it makes a great little test. But yeah, I mean, if I was into amps all the time, I'd probably have a high drive stuff, but all my CB stuff's over there, guys, or all my radio equipment's over there in my shack area, and my workbench is actually outside of my man cave room. So yeah, that's where the Electron man gets down on the radio. But in here, in my bench area, is where I do my repairs. But anyway, but yeah, it's kind of funny. Yeah, that's what I use for, mainly because it was convenient and it doesn't take up any space. I just mount it to a little board and I can tuck it back there in the back, and like I said, 2.5 to 10 is just about perfect for you want to test amps. But and let's go ahead and kick this guy back onto X-Mint and kind of show you what she does. Like I said, I already tuned her now. Let's see if the tubes are hot. Now see, we're doing a flat out 80 watt dead key right there. 80 watts. Yeah, and off the scale there. So we're going 1,000 scale, which 1,000 means 100 watts is that 10 bar there. So 135, 130, 135. I figured 150, but 135. And this is average. This is not a true PEP meter. So we're probably at that 150 on a true PEP meter. But yeah, she gets down and talks. Yes, sir. Solid 100 watts there. 100 watts. We talked that all day long. Hell audio. Nice forward swing. So we're dead keying 80. Swinging about 40 more watts. Yeah, I mean, this thing, it's amazing. I mean, and heat wise, it's getting pretty warm. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to be a motor mouth on it, but and as I showed you earlier, we can kick on the receive part of this, and let's see here. I'll go over here to channel 10, but go ahead and bring that down like that and listen to the old receive up on it. It brings up about 10 dB. Not bad. Amazing that it works. I mean, everything works. And obviously I don't have a sideband rig out here, so I can't test sideband, but I can test sideband by simply switching over to sideband and keying it, and you can hear the delay in the key where you go back to AM it. You can hear the difference. So yeah, this thing's 100% functional. We're going to clean her up a little bit more, put the case on her. I don't know if I want to. I'm really tempted to put a fan on top. I think it'll probably make the tubes last a little longer. They're not getting glowing red. I was worried about them getting like glowing red hot, but they're not. Got some interesting circuitry on there too. Let me go like power down here. When you go to, by the way, guys, this is just a warning. I mean, anytime you're dealing with these amps, it's on your own risk, and you got to be really careful with them. As you can see, I powered off the unit before I even go to touching outside the case here, because you'd be surprised how quick it can come up and bite you. And this doesn't have the voltage of the big boys, but it's got enough that it can hurt you. But anyway, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's got this neat Motorola IC transistor chip that I'd have to get the number on it. But interesting. I've never seen one of those before, but it's like an 8-pin looks like transistors right down in there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but seems to do a really good job of receiving, better than the 3-pin transistors I'm used to. I'll have to do a little research and find out exactly what all's in that little 8-pin transistor. But anyway, guys, I mean, oh, I didn't kill the power. I can fire it back up here. Power back up. Yeah, and it says you don't want to run the receiver. I'm reading the manual, which I'd never heard that before, but it says you don't want to overload the receive. When only turn the receive on when you're in Xmit. Don't have the receive on in standby, which is interesting to me. I don't know if it's just this design or whatever, but apparently it can I guess harm the receiver. I don't know if it's in the radio. It would have to be in the radio. Like I said, I never heard one like that, but we're just following instructions. I mean, I got an Xmit on, turn the receiver on. Most of the time you're going to be running an amp, you're going to be running it that way anyway, right? I mean, how often do we run them standby? If we're going to run standby, we'll just turn them both off. But anyway, guys, yeah, she's a walking and a talking. Walking and a talking. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I mean, it's kind of an interesting little lamp. So it's you know, I'm guessing probably 160, 170 feeding 10 in on the sideband. Yeah, it'll walk the dog. I mean, it's definitely I'd call it a 50-mile linear. You know, you have 50-mile linears, you have 500-mile linears, and you have worldwide linears, and it's exponential. I figure it this way: 100 watts gets you 50 miles, 1,000 watts gets you 500 miles, and well, the sky's the limit from there, right? Yeah. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this little video. Kind of interesting. Never had one before. It's definitely not for sale. It's going to go up there next to my Galaxy Saturn, and since the Galaxy Saturn kind of lacks on that, you know, this is perfect. It's got variable output, so I can turn it into a 125 watt base radio. I do have other heaters, but really for me, I like the 50-mile range. Usually that's about all I need to talk to my buddies around here. And if I'm shooting skip, you can do that on 5 watts. So anyway, guys, have a great day. This is Electron Man. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up and hit that bell so you see the next cool video coming out.